Hello students, welcome back to Arman Educational Tutorials. In this video, I'm gonna teach you the poetry The Felling of the Banyan Tree by Dilip Chitre from Degree Semester 2 Syllabus Unit 5. Before we begin the poetry, as usually, let us learn about the poet Dilip Chitre. Dilip Chitre was a well-known and versatile filmmaker and artist. He was a teacher, a painter, and a columnist for a magazine. He wrote in English as well as in Marathi. The Felling of the Banyan Tree is a poem from his debut collection of English poems, traveling in cage, the emotions and cultural impact of modernity on traditional values. The poem is an autobiographical exploration of the poet's experience of being uprooted from Baroda to Bombay, which is now Mumbai. The poem's central theme are the conflict between patriarchal and matriarchal values and the environmental and cultural cost of progress. The poem questions whether the progress is worth the sacrifice of cherished tradition and natural beauty. On subscribers' demand, simultaneously, I'm gonna explain you in English as well as in Hindi also. So stay tuned till the end for Hindi explanation also. So students, take out your pen and paper, note down the key points of this poetry for the healthy learning concept. Point 1, the father. Point 2, the grandmother. Point 3, the banyan tree is a metaphor. And point 4, the cutting down of the tree. Point 5, poets move to Mumbai. Point 6, the environmental and cultural cost of progress. So now students, based on these subheadings, will create a summary of stanza by stanza. It is a free verse poem of 3 stanzas with 25 lines in total, and there is no set rhyme scheme, and the meter varies somewhat, bringing different rhythms to each line. Students, here I wanted to explain that to understand the poetry rather than the story, we need to understand the gist of poetry, like with the symbols, metaphor, theme, style, tone, glossary, key points of poetry, etc. So under first stanza, point 1, write down first heading, the father. The poem presents the poet's father as a typical example of a man belonging to a patriarchal society. He has a distinctive nature. First of all, students, here you need to understand the meaning of patriarchal. Patriarchal means a society or a system or a family controlled by a men rather than women, passing power, property, etc. So here the poem presents the poet's father as a typical example of a man belonging to a patriarchal society. He has a distinctive nature. He does not want to have trees nearby his house. So the poet expressed his sadness and even anger through the poem, in which he speaks of his father's ruthless decision to massacre the trees, asking the tenants to vacate the buildings. His father ignored the religious sentiments of his grandmother and his family's long association with the trees. Here, second subheading is the grandmother. Grandmother is representative of matriarchal values. The grandmother considered the trees were considered to be sacred by the poet's grandmother. She introduced a religious element based on tradition, which tells that to harm a tree is an actual crime. So students, here under third point, the banyan tree compared as a metaphor. So students, here metaphor means comparison. Here comparison between the tree being cut down and poet's family moving to the Bombay. And the roots remain there are compared with the poet's ancestors and the childhood memories of that place, Baroda. Under point 4, the cutting down of the tree. The second stanza gives the reader all the details, how long, how much, how many, whole ecosystem gradually brought down. The giant banyan tree, which was older than their family's age, was cut down in a week by the dozens of men. The poet thoroughly criticizes it's like something out of battle or war. The branches were chopped down for the 7 days, which was the home to the birds and insects and provided shade to the family. The poet mourns the loss of trees. The poet thoroughly criticizes this vicious act of felling trees and harming nature. In the concluding lines, the poet mourns the death of nature by his father's evil hand. The poet observes the massacre of the tree with the great horror and helpless. The fifth point is the move to Bombay. After this felling of the banyan tree, the family left Baroda for Bombay, which is now Mumbai. The poet found Bombay quite different from the Baroda, as there were no trees and could see only skyscrapers and congested apartments. Although Bombay had no trees, the poet could see one in his faded dreams, the only tree which he carried with him from Baroda in his dreams. The memory of the banyan tree in his ancestors' home flashes through his mind, and he personifies it by saying that the tree is still alive and its aerial roots are looking for ground to strike. And the last point is the environmental and cultural cost of progress. This felling of trees is foretelling the future environmental hazards and upcoming effects of industrialization, new economics, and expanding population. Overall, in concluding lines, as a result of father's cruel decision, the poet's sweet memories of his childhood days were shattered and crushed. The poem is subtle mockery of the people who torture the environment for worldly pleasures. Poet is deeply hurt at the banyan tree's bereavement that was home to many birds and insects and provided shade to the poet's family for so many years. He treated the tree as a family member. The poem is an excellent take on environment issues that can have adverse effects on many lives. So here we can say tone is with the slight sadness and even anger at the thought of the trees being effectively killed, and the style is conversation as if speaker is telling a short story to his family member or a friend. अस्सलाम वालेकुम, स्वागत है आप सबका अरमान एजुकेशनल ट्यूटोरियल्स में। बरकत का पेड़ पोएट के जीवन और फैमिली और पारिवारिक पीढ़ियों की जिंदगी के उथल पुथल का गवाह था। पोएट ने बनियान ट्री को एक फैमिली मेंबर की तरह माना और यह दिलीप चित्रे द्वारा लिखा गया आत्मकथा पोएम है। तो स्टूडेंट्स, द फीलिंग ऑफ द बनियान ट्री एक पारिवारिक इतिहास के उस समय पर केंद्रित है जब पिता को एक बड़ा और कठिन फैसला लेना पड़ता है। यह फैसला पहाड़ी पर बने घरों को तोड़ने और एक विशाल बरगद के पेड़ को काटने से जुड़ा है जो सदियों से वहीं खड़ा था। तो स्टूडेंट्स, दिलीप चित्रे अपने जीवन के उस दौर का एग्जाम्पल देते हैं जब उन्हें बड़ौदा से मुंबई जाना पड़ा। यह पोएट्री एक पारिवारिक घटना पर आधारित है। बनियान ट्री को पोएट ने एक मेटाफर बनाया है। जहाँ मेटाफर का मतलब बनियान ट्री को पोएट की जिंदगी से कंपेयर किया गया है। जैसे कि बनियान ट्री का कटना उस समय का सिंबल है जब पोएट को पीढ़ियों से रह रहे खानदानी घर और जगह को छोड़कर बड़ौदा को छोड़कर मुंबई जाना पड़ा। मान लो कि सदियों से वहीं पे खड़ा हुआ विशाल बरगद का पेड़ काट दिया जा रहा है। पोएट के पिता के ऑपोजिट पोएट की दादी उन पेड़ों को पवित्र मानती थी। विशाल बनियन ट्री जो उनके परिवार की उम्र से भी पुराना था 50 लोगों द्वारा एक सप्ताह में काट दिया गया। कवि इस स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पोएट उन लोगों से सख्त नाराज है जो लोग अपनी लग्जरी सुख के लिए, ऐश व आराम के लिए, खुशी के लिए नेचर का कत्ल करते हैं, जिसमें पेड़ों को काटकर प्रकृति को नुकसान पहुंचा। तो यहाँ पे पोएट्री के आखिरी लाइनों में पोएट ने अपने पिता के बरगद के पेड़ की कटाई के फैसले से दुखी होकर मुंबई चले जाते हैं जहाँ कोई पेड़ नहीं है, केवल कंक्रीट की इमारतें हैं। और जब यहाँ कोई पेड़ नहीं है तो उनके जहन में, उनके यादों में सिर्फ एक ही बनियान का पेड़ याद आता है जिसको वो दिल की गहराइयों से याद करते हैं, जो कि कई पक्षियों और कीड़ों का घर था और जिसने वर्षों तक उनके परिवार को छाया प्रदान की। कवि ने उस पेड़ को परिवार के सदस्य की तरह माना था। यहाँ पोएट्री में पोएट को इस बात का भय होता है कि फ्यूचर में इस तरह के पेड़ों की कटाई से एनवायरमेंटल को और नेचर को बहुत सारा नुकसान हो सकता है। नेचुरल हजार्ड्स यानी भूकंप, सुनामी जैसे मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ता है, इसलिए उन्हें बहुत चिंता होती है। चिंता करते हुए सवाल करते हैं कि अपनी लग्जरीज के लिए, मॉडर्निटी के लिए, ऐशो आराम के लिए नेचर का कत्ल करना क्या ये सही है? अभी भी ये पेड़ों की कटाई नहीं रोकी गई तो पेड़ों को सिर्फ ख्वाबों में ही देखा जा सकता है और उसकी छाया महसूस किया जा सकता है ख्वाबों में, और उसकी छाया के लिए तरसते रहना पड़ सकता है। सो दैट्स इट स्टूडेंट, आई होप आई हैव क्लियर्ड योर ऑल डाउट्स। इफ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, प्लीज लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब and comment below what you like next. Meet you in the next video. Until then, keep learning. God bless you.